Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Hello students, today we will start the new chapter of Geography class 8, that is agriculture. Now let's see what is agriculture. The science or practice of farming including cultivation of the soil for the growing of crops, that rearing of animals to provide food, wool and other products is called agriculture. And you know, the word agriculture is being derived from the Latin word agri plus cultura, which is the meaning agri is equals to fields and cultura is growing or cultivation. So, growing of plants is called agriculture. But exactly all the things which are included in cultivation is growing of crops, animal rearing, providing food, wool, and other products as well. And agriculture is an old primary economic activity in India. Two-thirds of India's population is engaged in agricultural activities. Now, which topics are we covering in this chapter are types of farming, cropping pattern, major crops in India, non-food crops, technology and institutional reforms, hindrances to the development of Indian agriculture, how agriculture and industry are complementary to each other, efforts taken by the government to modernize agriculture, Bhudan, Gramdan movement. Now let us start with types of farming. Over years, cultivation methods in India have changed significantly, depending upon the characteristics of physical environment, technological know-how, and socio-cultural practices. Farming varies from subsistence to commercial farming. At present, in different parts of India, the following farming systems are practiced: primitive subsistence farming, intensive subsistence farming, commercial farming. And did you know agriculture is the largest livelihood provider in rural India? Now let us understand the term subsistence, the practice of growing crops and raising livestock sufficient only for one's own use without any surplus for trade. Now what is primitive subsistence farming? Primitive means ancient, the old one, traditional, classical one. That means the old methods. Now, it practiced on small patches of land with the help of primitive tools like hoe, digging sticks, etc. And this type of farming depends upon monsoon, natural fertility of the soil, the suitability of other environment conditions to the crop grown, and that is called slash and burn agriculture. Now, what exactly the slash and burn is? This is the form of shifting agriculture in which the existing vegetation is cut down and burned off before the new seeds are sown. It is like this is the field, and this field is cut down first, and after that it is burnt, right? And then the new seeds are sown so that it can renew its fertility. It is the most primitive farming practiced by the tribal people living in tropical region like Assam, Nagaland, Saigri mountains, etc. In this type of farming, the forests are cleared and trees are burnt in to make the land available for cultivation of cereals and other food crops. Now, what is the advantage of slash and burn? Layer of ash provides newly cleared land with a nutrient-rich layer to help fertilize crops. That means, as I told you, it renews the fertility of the soil. This type of shifting allows the nature of replenishing the fertility of soil through natural processes. Now there are few disadvantages also, and after a couple of years the land is deficient of nutrients, and hence when the soil fertility decreases, the farmers shift and clear a fresh patch of land for cultivation. Now land productivity in this type of agriculture is low as the farmers don't use fertilizers or other modern input. Now these are the pictures related to slash and burn. See how after cultivation the land is burned, then this ash is there, and then and these after these ashes and the burning, the new seeds are sown here. Now there are different names of slash and burn cultivation. Like in India, northeastern states Jhuming, Manipur Pamlo, Chhattisgarh Deepa, Andaman Nicobar again Deepa, Madhya Pradesh Bewar, Daya, Andhra Pradesh Podu and Penda, Orissa, Kuman, Bringa, Kumari, Western Ghats, Rajasthan, Valre, Valture, or Himalayan belt Khil or Jharkhand, Purua. In the world, Mexico and Central America milpa, Peninsula Punoco, Brazil roca, Central Africa mazole, Indonesia ladang, and Vietnam ray. Now let's move to intensive subsistence farming. Now what is intensive subsistence farming? This type of farming is practiced in areas of high population pressure lands. It is labor intensive farming where high doses of biochemical inputs and irrigation are used for obtaining higher production. And agricultural production is high because the modern techniques of farming and farmer take maximum output from the limited land and in the absence of alternative sources of livelihood. Now the third one is your commercial farming. In this type of farming, crops are grown largely for the purpose of sale or trade for commercial purpose. Here farmers don't grow crops, rear animals for their own good but to sell it. Now, important features of commercial farming in India, and it is very much clear with the word commercial, that means it is trading. Trading means sale, purchase. This type of farming is done on large scale farms. Mostly cash crops are grown because they fetch much higher prices in the market. Examples are tea, coffee, sugarcane, rubber, bamboo, jute, cotton, etc. Then higher doses of modern inputs like HVV seeds and chemical fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides are used to obtain high productivity. HYV seeds are high yield variety seeds. Modern techniques and scientific method are used like tractor, milling, manure, soil test, etc. And it creates employment opportunity for many, and the degree of commercialization varies from one region to another. That is, rice is a commercial crop and Punjab and Haryana, but in Odisha it is a subsistence farming. Now there are three major cropping pattern seasons in India, that is Rabi, Kharif and Zaid. These are the cropping pattern according to the seasons. Now let's go for the cropping pattern. Now Rabi, sown in winter, that is your October to December, harvested in summer, April to June. Wheat and barley, peas, gram and mustard, etc. are the examples. And these are grown in JNK, UP, HP, that is Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and other states. Now the Kharif. Season in autumn is July to October, harvested in September to October. And paddy, jowar, bajra, cotton and jute. And these are grown in regions like West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Maharashtra. Australia, Aman and Boro, three crops of paddy are grown in a year or states like Assam, West Bengal and Odisha. Now Zad is a short season during the summer months between Rabi and Kharif season. Watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, bitter gourd and grown in states like West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Andhra Pradesh, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Tripura, etc. These are the few pictures of Rabi. Rabi are wheat, oat, chickpeas, mustard, almond, buckwheat, and Kharif, rice, corn, soybean, sugarcane, groundnut, cotton. Summer crops are cucumber, watermelon, bitter gourd. That is Karela.